day, Manish, and many thanks again for joining our climate report on Asia Pacific. Really looking forward to listen to your experts' insight on the special case of India. As you know, the topic is climate change and agricultural impacts. How is climate change affecting the agricultural sector in India?
In terms of the climate change risks, India, as we all know, has been placed among the top 10 most affected countries by climate change. The Global Climate Risk Index 2021 ranks India at 7th in terms of fatalities in 2019. Also, as per the IPCC report 2000, net annual temperatures in India in 2030 with respect to 1970 will increase from 1.7 to 2.2 degrees centigrade, and extreme temperatures are expected to increase by 1 to 4 degrees centigrade, with maximum increase in coastal regions. A Government of India report by the Parliamentary Standing Committee of 2017 had estimated that climate change related losses is accounted for 4 to 9% of the agriculture economy per year, which is an overall GDP loss of around 1.5%. Climate change will also impact Indian livestock. A business unusual rise of say 2 to 6 degrees centigrade rise in temperature will adversely affect the milk production and reproductive function of cattle and buffaloes due to higher disease and mortality rates. Economic Survey of the Government of India in its 2018 report has carried out a detailed analysis of impact of climate change, and it has said that 1 degree rise in the temperature will have an impact of fall in agriculture income by around 6%, both during the Kharif season, which is the summer monsoon season, and during Rabi, that is the winter season, that is in unirrigated areas of the country. Further, I'd like to go that India is a mega biodiverse country, and climate change threatens to more in terms of increase biodiversity loss and impose severe threats to a wide range of plants and animals in India. And here I would like to also say that in terms of the forest resources, nearly 39% of the forest grids are vulnerable to climate change, and a significant part of the Himalayan biodiversity hotspot is projected to be highly vulnerable. So this scenario itself depicts the potential impacts of climate change on agriculture, production, the rural economy, and thereby the overall GDP growth of the country.
The question is, apart from the issues directly caused by climate change, other ancillary problems emerge as well, such as overdependence on groundwater. How is the government of India approaching these nationwide issues?
The government of India has adopted a convergence of various policy programs and sectoral plans, as we see that these are very cross-sectoral in their issues, and this needs to be addressed. The National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture, which is a submission of the National Action Plan on Climate Change of the Government of India in 2008, and aims to transform agriculture into an ecologically sustainable, resilient, climate-resilient production systems by devising appropriate adaptation and mitigation strategies. Then there is National Innovations on Climate Resilient Agriculture, which was launched in 2011, and it's a network project of the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and the Government of India, which aims at enhancing climate resilience of Indian agriculture through strategic research and technology demonstration on adaptation and mitigation, covering crops, livestock, fisheries, and natural resource management. And it has come out with the Climate Resilient Village Network, and which aims at providing stability to farm productivity and household incomes, and also build resilience through livelihood diversification in the face of extreme climate events. Further, in terms of addressing issues of dryland and rainfed areas, as I've mentioned that it constitutes a huge area under cultivation, the government has created a National Rainfed Area Authority to develop and prepare a perspective plan and national strategy for sustainable development of rainfed farming areas. And also for mitigating agriculture risk, a scheme on crop insurance was launched by the government in 2016 with the aim to provide comprehensive insurance coverage against failure of the crop. And also this will help in stabilizing the farm income. Also to address gender issues due to seasonal migration of male labor to towns, more agricultural tasks are now being performed by women, and they are also bearing the brunt of the adverse impacts of climate change on water and biomass availability. So to address this, under the National Rural Livelihoods Mission, the government under the Ministry of Rural Development has launched the Women Farmer Empowerment Program, which also involves incorporating climate change, resilience, and ecologically sound practices through the medium of women self-help groups. This program also promotes rural livelihoods, diversification, and financial inclusion for women. More in terms of these are some of the broad initiatives, umbrella programs which have been undertaken by the Government of India to address the issues related to climate change in the agriculture sector in a holistic and integrated manner.
What are the major obstacles India is facing that hinder the implementation of the policies you have mentioned?
So the main, I'll begin with to say the National Mission on Sustainable Agriculture. So the main issue here is more in terms of this mission is yet to be mainstreamed or being able to establish collaborative links with similar missions on water and forest. As I mentioned, these are very cross-sectoral. So, but there's this collaborative links with missions on water and forest has not been established to the extent needed. And the state level climate action plans do incorporate the requirements of the national missions, but institutional structures and planning mechanisms have yet to get fully aligned, and additionally, additional budget support for adaptation is a bit low. In terms of the sustainable farming practices, which have been proactively undertaken by the government, these practices needs to be mainstreamed across departments, schemes, and policies. And there is an urgent need to develop technologies suited for smallholders, boost their awareness among farming communities about the benefits, and create an effective policy framework and strategies for promoting sustainable farming practices. So in this regard, there's a need for better coordination between policies on forests and those on agriculture, food, land use, and rural development. So long-term collaboration among stakeholders is required in this regard to increase the sustainability of local landscapes. Also, in terms of water availability, there is a gap between potential and actual water availability. So these are some of the major gaps in terms of the policy areas and the thematic areas.
How do you see the role of technology and innovative farming methods? For instance, Internet of Things and vertical farming can play an agricultural adaptation to climate change in India for the near future.
Where technology and innovation can play a very important role in addressing the issues and challenges in the sector.
Ein Angebot der Konrad Adenauer Stiftung.